Hello everyone, how y'all doing today? I hope you all had a good day. I hope everybody read up on some of the things we talked about. This morning I read a post from our president. So I wanted to read this to you all because a lot of us don't get to see his posts. He blocks almost all of us, but here are our president's words. And as I read this, I'm probably going to comment to it. I'll just read the whole thing first and then I'll go back and comment. Good morning, everyone. Yesterday, as I returned home, I received a few calls from individuals apologizing to me. The individuals were told to come meet the high school seniors and sign a petition for dividend. When they got there, they seen individuals talking about a lot of tribal members and employees very bad. Also, they were mad and said shame on the people that were yelling at the high school seniors that wouldn't sign anything. They were young and don't get involved politics. They also requested I host a rally and speak with people about what was said because it was one-sided. I told them all thank you and I will get back with them. I just want to say thank you and that I appreciate all the support. It's a tough job and COVID didn't help any either. I will continue to try and do my best for the people. God bless you and God bless the Mescalero Apache tribe. So I'm going to go back and read it again because I feel like it just needs to be read again and addressed, each sentence. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you as well. Good afternoon. Yesterday, as I returned home, I wonder where you were returning home from. I wonder. I received a few calls from individuals apologizing to me. I don't understand why they'd be apologizing to you, but the individuals were told to come meet the high school seniors and sign a petition for dividend. That's a very, very slanderous statement. Very, very slanderous. I mean, the individuals were told to come meet the high school seniors and sign a petition for dividend. When they got there, they seen individuals talking about a lot of tribal members and employees very bad. You all seen the video. We posted it. We shared it so everybody can see for themselves and hear for themselves. All the screaming and yelling and all this fussing for dividend that was done by our elders. Our elders. You can watch the video. Let's see. Sorry, I lost my place here. Talking very bad. Also, they were mad and said shame on the people that were yelling at the high school students that wouldn't sign anything. They are young and don't get involved politics. Mr. President, you need to read your statements out loud and hear them, okay? Because you're addressing your tribal people. But listen, that's just really shocking to hear or to read from you. They are young and don't get involved politics. I am not sure why our young would not be involved in our politics, especially at that age. They are our new voters. It is now more than ever so important for them to understand our politics, our laws. I don't understand why our laws are not even offered as a class at the school. Why? Why do we not teach our children? Why do they not get involved? I just want to know why they don't get involved in politics. I assume that's what you're saying, get involved politics. Why would they not? It's so important, youth. Please, please. I know he is our president. And I understand that. But please, learn your laws. Read your Constitution. Are you okay, sweet? Learn them and understand them. You are our next generation to take on to get us through so many more years. So please, please learn. Learn your laws. Don't listen to everything they say. I just think that it's just so crazy, so crazy. They also requested I host a rally and speak with people about what was said because it was one-sided. That is so true. So, so true. It was one-sided. Very one-sided. Our elders came to speak about their concerns, and none of our leaders were there to hear them. None of our leaders were there to hear them. You didn't have to comment, goodness, but you could at least have went and heard them. Give them that respect. So yes, Mr. Aguilar, I heard there was a rally that was held. Did you address any of those elders that were there the other day? Were they invited? I don't understand. So yes, we beg you. We are begging you to hold a rally, host a rally, so that both sides may be there to answer, to question, to answer, as it is our right to do so. Your words are just, they just say it all. They say so much in this one little post. I told them all thank you, and I will get back to them. And as you all seen today, they had the whole setup there in front of the plaza. IMG, came in. I just wonder, Mr. Frizzell, Chris Frizzell's setup was there. Was this paid for by, just how was it all set up? And were our elders considered? Our elders cannot even go into the community center. That is our community center. All of us. All of us. But most importantly, our elders. Why would we want them sitting out there in no matter what weather? The heat, there was wind, cold, anything. Especially during this season, this COVID. You mentioned that. Let's go on. I just want to say thank you and that I appreciate all the support. It's a tough job. So let's get somebody who can handle it. And COVID didn't help any either. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. COVID didn't help a lot of us. But you didn't seem to suffer one bit. You're still handing out these ridiculous food boxes and feeding our children this nasty slop. Yellow water. Mr. Aguilar, you go to the school and drink that yellow water. Shame on you all. Our children are the ones that are going to be leading us next. It is so important, more than ever, that they be involved in our politics. It should be taught in our school, just like our language should be taught in our school from 1st to 12th, every grade, so that we can get our language back, because I don't know my language. I'm still learning. Shame on me for not already knowing. My dad is here. He helps my children. The teachers that teach Apache at the school help my children. They do a great job. We just need to teach it in every level. Make it a consistency, so they'll learn it. They hear it all day. And then they come home and they'll tell me. They do come home and tell me, Mom. And sometimes it's like, no, you have to tell me what that means. So I have my children teaching me. Our language should be taught at that school. Our politics should be taught at that school, especially at this age, Mr. Aguilar. I don't even understand. They are young and don't get involved politics. I do not understand how you can even let that thought in your mind. In your mind, these are our youth. They need to know it, so that what happened to me will not happen to them or anybody else. You all have no idea the depth of what you all have done to me, to my family. No idea. Let's carry on. I will continue to try and do my best for the people. God bless you, and God bless the Mescalero Apache tribe. Oh man, Mr. Aguilar. Somebody needs to go back to writing his speeches, because he puts his own foot in his mouth. You need to understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, because you're addressing all of our people. Your job is so important. So important. As a public figure, you need to read what that means, because it means you're supposed to answer to these questions. Man, your people just asked you questions. If you're not a felon, answer it. Prove. And I'm sure it's easy to prove. But you just went through so much to not answer. And we're still waiting for all these questions to be answered. All these rumors. They're really serious. Really serious. I mean, even your supporters will stand there and yell that it's not your right, it's not your right, even not understanding their own rights. The depth you went through just to avoid answering your people. This cancer that sits in that court, I was told, may have left. I wonder if that's true, and I hope it is. We don't need any more people over here treating my people bad at all. Man, we're fighting so many people just to be treated with fairness, just to have our rights considered. Our own people we're fighting. to have our rights considered, to be heard, to be answered. These aren't just small questions. Man, these questions are so important. You released a letter the other day. Let's see, May 19th, regarding the COVID. And then you go on your post and you start ranting about a dividend petition. I would like, if any of you have a dividend petition, bring it by. I'll sign it. Because I haven't seen a petition for dividend. I would really like to see one, because we're owed quite a few years back. Quite a few years back. Man, I don't want a petition for a dividend. That's not what I want a petition for. Not even for removal. We just need to see where all this money is going. We can talk about the IMG luxuries that these directors have. Let's start with Mr. Kurgan. Excuse me. You got it, sweet? Mr. Alan Kurgan. I hear so much about these parties where you just have to keep your restaurant, your comedies, everything open, extra hours, 2 hours, 3, while he entertains friends, families, promoters. Is that true? Because this is not just 1, 2, 3. This is tons of reports. Tons. I mean, it's just insane to think that Mr. Kurgan is able to abuse his authority as a director. And these are not just allegations of his lavish meals and wind down Wednesdays. Man, I hear that gets pretty expensive. How do we write that off? Who writes that off? Okay. How is this okay for all of these allegations to keep going unanswered? Serious allegations. I'm not talking about little stuff. This is years of abuse. Abusing his authority. And not to mention the inappropriate sexual advances. These are serious allegations that need to be looked into, because as I'm told, we have reports written on this. Females have left because they refuse to be harassed or take any more advances, whatever. I mean, I don't understand how people are just okay with this. I don't, because these are serious. For our males to be acting in this way is so disturbing. So I hope that these allegations can be proven wrong, because it is disturbing to think that we are allowing this behavior. It's sickening. I asked a while back about Mr. Kurgan's football trips. How does he go? Because there are so many people that are saying these are from vendors. Another serious allegation. If you read 1024, unlawful interest in tribal contracts. Read that, Mr. Kurgan, Mr. Frizzell, Council, President, VP. Read that. We need to stop allowing this behavior. You're teaching, you're setting bad examples to our younger generation, our youth, that we shouldn't be getting involved in politics to them. But then when you remember who's leading us and their statements regarding their 30-year-old childish behaviors, actions, I guess you can kind of understand. I'm still waiting to hear all these questions, rumors, accusations. I'm still waiting for them to be answered. I went through a lot illegally, because the lady, that cancerous woman who signed all my orders, was signing them illegally. The lengths this woman went through, the harassing phone calls to the facility, the Sunrise facility where I was sent, to LCDC where I was held, that should be looked into, because man, she called repeatedly. I was diagnosed off of her phone calls. I was given heavy drugs, but I'm the druggie. No. It is insane for us to allow this. We need to look into these allegations. Start showing our women that their voice matters. Their rights matter. All of our rights matter. They matter. Maybe we can have some of our tribal medicine men go into our schools and start doing maybe a presentation for our kids, you know, even our medicine women. It would be really good. Our elders, let them spend a day listening to these people. It would do a lot for our youth. It really would. I learned so much from my elders, even to this day, from our medicine people. I love to sit and listen to their stories, everything they'll share. This would do so much for our youth. We really need to get this tribe going in the right direction. The right direction, not backwards. We don't do that. You walk into the tipi, you go in the right direction. We need to fix that. Start instilling our culture, our language, our laws in their life early, from the start. Just start going, start teaching them. Our language is so important. It's so important that our people understand how precious they are. How precious they are to be Mescalero Apache. Excuse my husband. It's taken days to have him finally rest. He just won't rest. This just has affected us so hugely. But excuse him, because I'm not going to disturb him. I'm going to let him rest. But back to what I was saying. My little brother-in-law, and I feel I can say that because I love him, and I truly just took those words. He said, why would anybody allow that white man's poison into their body? And that just stuck with me, especially, he said, if you go in that tipi. I'm not sure if those were his exact words, but those pretty close. And that just made me feel really good to know he thinks this way. I feel that it would be good for all of our youth to start feeling like this, to understand how poisonous alcohol is. Prescription meds, if abused, can be really dangerous, really dangerous. They affect your kidneys, your liver, your stomach, your esophagus, everything, everything. Very addicting prescription medications. Coke, cocaine, meth, heroin. Man, we're losing our battle here with these drugs. Focusing on a plant, and we're losing our battle with these serious drugs. I look at our people that walk around with this addiction, and I think, man, she used to be beautiful. Oh my gosh. You can see that drug. Our men, so handsome. So handsome. All of them beautiful, handsome. And our people are just craving a drug, and we're allowing it to be sold here, to be brought onto our reservation. And those of you that are bringing it on, shame on you. Why would you do that to our people? We're so few already. We're so few already. We really need to fix our reservation, our people, our we need to start addressing these rumors that were mentioned in all of my shows, because they're really important. We need to have a general meeting or a rally, if that's what you want to call it. But we need to be able to address you. You also need to be given the opportunity to answer. It's your right. You have been asked questions, and it is your right to answer. It says so right here in this book. You need to read it. Mr. Alfred La Paz, I was told to ask if you understood this. Being that you served so many times, I hope you do. Because your name has been brought up too many times as well for inappropriate behavior. Excuse me. Excuse me. These are serious things. I would really want someone to look into these. I am no longer sitting quiet, being the little Val's that smiles to everybody, always laughing, carrying a coffee. I'm still all of that, but I'm not quiet. I will not sit here and take this anymore. Mr. Aguilar, we have asked you some serious questions, and we'd like the opportunity to ask you in person, or even just sit and have you answer the questions. Just as it is your right, it is ours. I hope you understand that. Chief Counsel, maybe you can go over this book here with them, because that's part of your job too, to make sure they understand this. You all need to understand these codes, our constitution, because you're allowing people to be falsely imprisoned, kidnapped, drugged, held against their will, however you want to put it. And then it's just crazy, some of the comments that people just think that's okay. It's not. You're even allowing these non-tribals to file on myself and on my other tribal members. Chief Counsel, again, can you please go over this with them regarding non-tribal members, jurisdiction and how that works? How are you going to prove jurisdiction? I mean, there's just so much to this. I don't understand about all of these ridiculous abuse of power just being thrown around everywhere. I have no fear of all these non-tribals and even of the tribal filing on me, because I can prove myself. I can prove myself. As it's my right. The procedures are listed here for court hearings. You know, we put in for a motion for discovery for the parking lot footage from May 10th. You know, the morning that I was kidnapped, held against my will, drugged, all of that. The morning one of our leaders swore under oath. That morning, they are refusing that footage. You know why? Miss Harriet Aguilar came running at me all crazy that morning, her hair swinging all over, screaming. And I get it, I understand. Because as a mother, I would do the same. I'd probably defend my son. I do defend my son in everything he does, as I will for all my children, including yours. If their rights are being violated, yes, I'm going to defend them. As they are my children, I will defend them. But you can bet that if my son were being asked these serious accusations, I'd make him answer. Boy, you better tell them what they want to hear. You better tell the truth. You ask them. My children know I love them, but I expect that of them, that they better be truthful. But this lady kind of just really made me think, why am I the one being sent for an evaluation? But I'm going to fight for that footage, because she came just flying as fast as her legs could bring her. And then, of course, her niece and sister came running after, and then they started yelling too. I'm not too worried about all these fake profiles. That's all they are, is fake. Fake. So I let my daughter and a few other of the friends, you know, that are just getting upset with it. Why? They're nothing. If they can't understand their rights or this book, why give them the time of day? Why give them the time of day? Just move on and focus on what's important here. Focus on these allegations that we're still waiting for answers on. All this sexual inappropriateness. Needs to stop. Needs to be investigated. Because those are serious allegations. Serious. I really would like to know. Is Judge Doll gone? Did we get rid of that cancer? I hope so. Mr. Aguilar, host a rally for your people. All of us, because we are all your people. I know when we were younger, you used to say, I ain't from Mescalero, I'm from Ruidoso. I'm from Ruidoso. But now, you know, you're from here. We're all from here. We're all your people. Hold a rally for all of us. Let us address you. And you can reply. We will allow you to answer. Just like you should allow us to address you in person. You all, leaders, council members, have dropped the ball. Your people just ask questions. We just ask questions. But now these actions have just led us to believe that we really need to push for these answers because you all fought so hard to avoid them. We need a general meeting. We need to address you all just as you all need to address us the proper way without being locked up. Yeah. The wrong person was locked up that day because I didn't display any of the behaviors in my, as my order said, erratic outbursts. No, that was displayed outside in the parking lot, but not by me. By one of our two of our elders and their niece, daughter, but not by me. I know my laws. I knew they were breaking their order already. But then again, it was an illegal order. So they weren't really breaking anything. But I paid for something, so Mr. Aguilar, it's time you answer us. Host a rally, please. If you want to call it a rally, host a rally so we can address you. All of you officials, you public figures need to be there so we can address all of you. All of our directors that are in charge of our huge departments, accounting. You know, last night, I forgot about this. I asked about a Mr. Russell Shanta. I need to mention these because I had some phone calls regarding this, okay? And if any of you have anything to add, please comment, call, whatever. But these are the updates. Mr. Russell Shanta started from the bottom at IMG. Now, this is just what I was told, okay? He was promoted, almost fired by then. He was working under Mr. Muldowney. We got to go back to Muldowney because he keeps coming up, but we'll do another one on that. But anyway, because of, you know, his conviction, Mr. Muldowney didn't like it. Somehow he kept his job. He is in complete compliance with the with all his conditions as a sex offender. So this is just an update I'm giving to you all. It's just my update. Also, another question came up I thought was really interesting because it involves our accounting office in Mescalero, and you all already know how I feel about the person there. The two top, I don't even understand how they're there, from HR and housekeeping, and I'm not too sure on that. See, these are just all secondhand here. I'm just asking for clarification on all these people on all my videos, and I haven't gotten any. But in this accounting office in Mescalero, I was told to ask what Miss Heather Shamal's position is, because I was told she is convicted, a convicted felon with a violent offense, but could not go to prison because of COVID. And that might be fine. I don't know the policies on this. But I'm saying, man, things just work for some people and not for others. Because how many of you have been told you can't work because of something in your past, on your record? Probably not even a felony record, but it was held against you. Miss Shamal was convicted of a violent offense for an act on another one of our tribal members. I believe. This is all, secondhand, so I need to know if these rumors are true. We all need to know. It's just crazy to me. Clyde. I'm not sure why we cater to all these people, why we keep them there, why we give them another job and another job, or bring them back. They break the law on suspension for investigation, and then we bring them back and pay them for all that. They clearly broke the law, but this is crazy. This is enough. This is enough. President Aguilar, Vice President Martinez, Council, Chief Counsel, all of you directors should all be present. We need to have a general meeting to address these serious allegations against you all. We need to start talking about how to start changing that direction we're going and instilling better values into our youth, teaching them our codes, our language. Let them sit down with our elders, our medicine people. Put that in their hearts early. I want to ask all of you, all of my supporters, just to ignore these childish comments. Some of them they're comical, I know, but you don't need to engage or even entertain them, because they all know where I live. As they said, I've welcomed them. They all know. But they continue just to say these comical things. And you have to forgive some of them, because a lot of them, it's crazy. You find out that a lot of them don't understand this, which is why they talk so crazy. But I really hope that we can just focus on the bigger picture here, and having this rally, general meeting, however you want to put it, so that we can ask you all. We need to focus on getting this done, you know. It's almost time for election. We need to do this. These need to be answered, because, I mean, it's not just going to go away, all these accusations. I asked serious things for serious reasons. I mean, these are just really huge, and they need to be addressed. So I hope we can get that done. I hope we can just kind of focus on that, not pay no attention to these childish or uneducated people. And just work on this, work on getting our tribe headed in the right direction. I was also told, let's talk about the banishment. They're trying to banish you. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. I know my laws. And if they want to banish me, we got a big fight ahead of them. Because I'm not just going to sit there. They can try to banish any of us. You know, I still plan on fighting for Miss Tria Escalante and her babies. This is their home. She was done wrong. Fornication is just so insane. But again, it's because our council members do not understand this. And we need to start making sure when we vote that they do. Because if they did, you would not have allowed a mother and her 2 Apache children, Mescalero Apache children, to be booted off of their homeland in 30 minutes without any of their rights considered. All because of jealousy. And look where it got you. Look where it got you. And Miss Escalante, she'll be home. Because I'm not going to stop until I'm able to sit here with her in my home, across the table from me, enjoy a meal with her. Let her babies and my babies play together here, on our homeland. Our homeland. So the banishment, I'm not too worried about. I'll address the codes regarding that. Maybe on another episode, maybe tonight. Since I've been released, you know, from the crazy home, my sleep is really different, so I read a lot more. So I guess I can thank them for that, because man, I've been reading like crazy. But yeah, I'm not too worried about the banishment. I do want to come back on and address the COVID money that Mr. Aguilar sent a letter out on. And this petition for dividend, because it all kind of intertwines. So we'll talk about that next. And I see you all commenting, and I try to answer, but it gets really confusing trying to do both. But I'll write them down and answer the next one. But I thank you all, and I ask you all to consider reading this code, just opening up. It's really interesting to see how many times our rights are violated. Encourage you all to stay focused and ignore the childish and uneducated. And focus on our goal. Getting that Apache pride instilled early on, and just keep it going and get all this allegations out there and answered, you know. So let's focus on that. You all remember, it is always a good day to be Mescalero Apache strong. I thank you all so much. Mr. Aguilar, I thank you for your message this morning. It was really helpful. Helped me to point out a lot of good things, you know. But I thank you, and I really hope you host a rally soon for all of our people. All of us. And I hope we get the same luxury as y'all did today. Mr. Frizzell's whole setup. I wonder how much that cost and who paid. Thank you all. I'll see y'all again soon.